My name is Daryl Flack and I'm the Chief Information Officer at AXELOS. My role entails managing all things to do with technology, data, security and compliance, and I also run the transformation and the project management office for all projects that AXELOS run. So the overview of the project was to create a new web platform to showcase all of our products and to make the searching and research into our portfolio much easier for candidates and users as they came to our new branded platform. Being the owners of PRINCE2, as the world's leading project management methodology, we wanted to use all of the key structures around that that enabled us to have the governance around cost, time and scope, but we also need to deliver in a quick time scale. So we needed to be able to use an agile methodology with our software development partners to get to market with a minimum MVP or minimum viable product for our web platform as soon as possible. So the general approach we took was to find a partner that was able to collaborate and work with us from a sprint methodology and from an agile perspective. So finding the right partner that we could work with in both a cultural fit but also from a technology and process fit was very important. So whilst working within agile methodologies and working with those teams was one thing, making sure we had the tools for collaboration to build that culture was critical.
Chris Shelley, I'm the lead technical architect at AXELOS. I'm in charge of the overall governance and build of the IT systems. So we combined the PRINCE2 framework with an agile approach to software and product development, just to give us governance and a rapid approach to development.
Hi, my name's Adrian Baker. I'm a consultant project manager working with the AXELOS team. We needed to get results quickly to the business, so we chose an agile approach. And the way we did that, we worked with agile sprints and wrapped that with an overarching PRINCE2 methodology.
I think some of the key challenges were really around cultural change, taking people who are very used to working in traditional methodologies whereby you have a very defined scope that you do for requirements up front, that you know that there's a specific fixed time and cost and you deliver something that's known about at a set point. Bringing people on the journey to get them to understand and to appreciate the benefits of incremental changes and to be able to learn as you progress, deliver a minimum viable product, garner feedback and then iterate it as you get that feedback was a bit of a leap of faith for some, but I'm pleased to say that everybody is now fully bought into that.
So our main challenges were really around the product development and the speed of development. So coming up with the requirements that were quite high level to start with, and actually developing a product with a lot of changes in directions we went along was the main challenge. The agile approach to the software development allowed us to do that, but also having the Prince framework around it allowed us to keep in budget and keep the governance over risks and issues.
I think for me personally, I'm PRINCE2 classically trained PM, so for me there was a learning challenge in terms of working in an agile way, which requires a different sort of approach to a project. And I think the same was true of working within the business. Obviously, strong PRINCE2 skills within AXELOS, and it's just adapting those skills and understanding how to focus those slightly differently to work in an agile way.
The key benefit was being able to deliver a quality web platform with a really intuitive user experience in a very short space of time. I think this was achieved through having the iterative approach in our sprints, ensuring that we were doing testing at the end of each stage, that the user acceptance element was being done at each stage, so that every time we delivered an individual piece of functionality, it was fully usable at that point in time, which means at the very end it was one final small test rather than a huge test to cover all aspects.
Okay, so the benefits we received from doing it was the governance from PRINCE2, allowing us to understand the risks, issues, highlight them to the rest of the company and to our executive leadership team, but also allowing the development team and the product dev to continue on at a rapid pace and change direction as we needed it to get us effectively the best product in the shortest time.
I think the key outcomes are obviously a successfully on time and on budget delivery, but in terms of user benefits, the key outcomes are really that all of our 8 product websites plus the corporate website were all consolidated to a single web platform, that we consolidated all of our content and reauthored it where required to make sure it was much better to search, and free text searches, the abilities for people to register for a community, to comment and to give ratings on our content, and the ability for users to see all of our portfolio in one place and have that consistent user experience throughout it.
For me personally, the outcome was fantastic. I mean, using the Agile approach, we managed to bring the business along throughout the development. We were able to show them every step of the way what the thing looked like, and we managed to spin the entire website up, do the development, get it launched and get everything ready in less time than it would have taken to do the design in a traditional waterfall approach.
I think the main lessons learned would be to, in an ideal world, have a lead-in for people to understand what Agile concepts are and how to work in an Agile manner. I think in this project we had very limited timescales, so people were thrown in at the deep end and had to learn on the fly, whereas for an organisational point of view, I'd like to have some workshops, some training for everybody to learn those Agile concepts, so that when we move on to other projects, not just from a technology point of view but from a business point of view, that people already bought into those ideas and concepts beforehand rather than having to learn them as we go.
One of the biggest lessons learned for us was the daily stand-ups that were introduced by working with Agile. They were very collaborative and very useful for making sure that the whole team was involved. Probably something that's a little bit different from the standard PRINCE2 framework.
Yeah, so Agile works more as an empowered group of people trying to achieve an aim, as opposed to a hierarchical project manager telling you what to do. And that's been really, really powerful, and I think we've certainly used that on a number of projects since.
We're constantly going to be improving our web platform from a user experience point of view and adding new features to community. We're also working very hard on a new product coming to market very shortly around our continuing professional development programme. This will enable our candidates to maintain their currency in our qualifications by attaining points, and once they've achieved a certain level of points, they will receive a digital badge in their qualification. Along with that, we're also developing a e-commerce platform, which will also tie in with our continuing professional development platform, which enable people, when they buy our products and publications, to have those points assigned to their in-year attainment to ensure that they can get the awards and the digital badges that they need.